everybody? It's your boy Maj checking in with you. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. It is a Saturday, and it's about 7:30, 17th of August, and I wanted to share a little message with you. A lot of the things that I had on my mind, and that's the topic of this video: is being unconditionally yourself, unconditionally being you. And there's so many different topics, little nitpicks here that I can touch on. Let's just say I'll do three of these here off the top of the dome, really. But this one in particular is really stuck with me because I've been experiencing it a lot lately. And before I go into the topic of unconditionally being yourself, remember to like, share, subscribe my content if you vibe with it. If there's anything else that you like, dislike, I would love to hear your feedback. And also check me out on Instagram, MAJSAYY. And on these channels, I share with you the importance of health, mindset, growth of your wealth. And I also have a podcast, Health Via Wealth podcast. I'm sorry, Wealth Via Health podcast. So check me out there. Anyways, back to the topic of unconditionally being yourself. Lately, I've been experiencing, when you meet somebody, them, at least, get to know them, get to know of them for a year, 2 years, whatever. And then the dynamic changes because something's gone on, whether it be in their life or your life. And there's this awkward phase where you notice them and then they just pass by or they just act differently. Whether it be the lack of acknowledgement or, the acknowledgement at random times where it's like, okay, why are you acknowledging this, but you didn't, support on something else. For example, me being a expecting dad here soon, God willing, I'm so extremely blessed. My wife and I were very, very excited. And when noticing the people that just view content, and this could be like, there's no offense with any of this taken, but I noticed the change of people when a life event happens. And reverting back to what I was just saying about having a newborn coming into our lives and sharing the news with people, we are very skeptical about sharing the news with people, in particular for this reason, because I know that people act different when there's life-changing news that's shared. For whatever reason, I don't know. For myself, I'm just like, hey, wow, congratulations, that's awesome. Most people do that, I would think. But there's also some people in our lives that whenever they hear some good news or they hear something that's positive, they just view from a distance consistently, stay quiet, distance themselves. So they let's just say that they were very much so, the frequency of communication was pretty consistent. But when you give them this news, they step back and they start acting distant. For me, it makes me think my ego is just like, oh man, what's going on with this person? Fuck this person, actually, straight up. Fuck this person. I'm aware of the fact that they're just distancing themselves from the positivity of the news that I just shared. Like, why are they acting brand new, essentially? So when people act brand new in my life, I'm aware of it, but at the same time, I'm unconditionally going to be myself and project love and display love. And it's easier said than done to display love to people that act brand new when you share good news that's happened in your life. So this is that is very true. But it takes 2 seconds to light this. Hey, spark it up. Hey, put one in the air for me. You know what I'm saying? But it's interesting when people act brand new, and you're very much so aware of it, at least for myself. And I realize that it makes no sense for me to feel some type of way internally. I'm just going to project love and project who I am in this situation, because I'm not going to let what these people are doing, I'm not going to let their brand newness affect my presence in who I am and my legitimacy. So me coming across in a way where I'm just going to allow others to affect me, That's where I'm going to say, hey, you know what? No, not today. Let's do something different. And another reason here too, I'm actually from Colorado. I'm from Colorado. Where y'all coming live from? Drop below where you guys are coming live in from. Coming live from you in Colorado. It's actually kind of hot as hell out here, to be real with you, even though the sun's coming down. But another thing that I've noticed with other people, with people acting brand new, is when you share important news about someone passing in your life. I remember when my grandma passed. Oh, Italy. Yo, shout out to Italy. I need to make it out there. Take, yeah, yeah, much love to you. Hey, I appreciate the like. Appreciate the like. But I remember when I had my grandma pass in 2017, first loved one that I've had pass away, and I share the information. And it's interesting sharing information now that we can share it on social media. We can share it on platforms where it just spreads instantly. And I'm pretty sure that our parents, grandparents, so forth, didn't go through this. But when you share information with other people and you see how they react on social media, because they didn't have social media, they'd be able to, get somebody to say, hey, condolences, whatever, and they would share with you. They would, share love with you and mourn with you. But now when you have things such as social media, you'll see people just look at the message and then they won't say anything. How do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about when you share important information about your life? What do you do? For me, like I've gotten to the point where I have siblings of mine that don't even talk to me anymore, but they'll just look at my social media posts and just be being a creeper and just creeping, just straight creeping on my social media. I don't know about y'all, but I'm just like, yo, what is up? I will legitimately just hit people up from that and just say like, hey, what's going on? How you been? And sometimes it turns to ties. Sometimes they don't even reply. And those type of people, I feel like, are the people that don't want me to win. They're more of like crabs in the bucket, and they want to pull us down. But going reverting to the initial topic of this video, myself in a situation, that's what I can really do. And the ego is always going to, I'm a firm proponent. Like, I love the book, The Ego is the Enemy, and I posted that on my Facebook today. The ego is definitely necessary. But to know the enemy is going to be more important when you're going to be the hero in your life and the hero in your journey. And we need an enemy regardless of whatever journey that we're on. So the ego is the enemy. Definitely read that book and chime in on it. I'm gonna read it again. I think it would be like the second or third time that I'm gonna read into it. So, you know, once once we're able to grasp this idea, I'm just love just the service is just ass. I'm gonna turn on this light because it's gonna get a little dark. I should be popping into the Wi-Fi here soon. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, here we go. Yeah, but once we're able to unconditionally live from a place of truly who we are in our essence, being a little childlike self that we have. Of course, we all have an adult self. We all have a parent self, and I'm excited for both on this planet. We all truly have these egos, so to speak. I'm just gonna call it like it is. And once we live from a place of joy, spreading abundance and love, really is what it comes down to. That's where we're going to start enjoying our life. Like it's insane living life on this planet and being a part of a society where we have to pay for things and money is important and all those type of things. Blah 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 blah. Don't get me wrong, money is gonna solve problems for sure, but at the end of the day, it's not always about money. There's so much more things, such as your health. So definitely chime into my Instagram, and I could go in deeper into that. And that's one of the things too. that I realized when sharing my message on social media, I had a moment of like an identity crisis because I was building my whole Instagram, my social medias, all of them about weightlifting, developing a positive and healthy lifestyle through being plant based. And then the next year, I realized like, man, I don't really want to train anybody. What do I want to do? And then still running my cleaning businesses, still doing that thing. And then I realized, hey, I want to get into real estate. So we ran Airbnbs, did that for 2.5 years, and then got into a real estate mentorship, and just all of these different type of things where I'm just touching on different avenues. It made me realize that those things are important, especially to figure out which route you want to take. And don't judge yourself for doing this. I used to think to myself like, man, this is another shiny coin, shiny coin, shiny coin. You don't know what you want to do in life, and especially if you're new and you're looking to participate in this society and participate in contributing to not just yourself but other people. Like, you're looking to thrive, you're not trying to survive. You got to put yourself out there, you got to put yourself to the grind and see what's meant for you. So when you're able to truly trial and error it, that sounded weird, but when you're able to do that, that's when you're going to eat shit. One, two, you're going to figure out, okay, I like this, I don't like that. So once we're able to do that, boom, we can choose things that we want to do. We can choose things that we resonate with. We can choose our circle. We can choose our teachers. We can choose our coaches. And that's another thing too, is coaches, man. It is interesting choosing the mentors that I've chosen. I've chosen a few. One of the main ones is always going to be my mentor is God, and the other one's going to be my pops. And I never my dad and I, we had a great relationship growing up ish. Like, I see the things that could have been better, and I'm gonna instill now in myself with being a father for my son and passing on that message. So I'm gonna document that journey as well with me being a new dad and sharing what that's gonna be like, because I know it's gonna be fucking crazy. But any fathers out there, I I want to hear your stories and see what y'all are going through, hearing how you're sharing your journey with your little one and how you're able to really give to them and fully present yourself with your true essence. And that's something that I really look forward to. I tell you not. But anyways, I just got home. I am hungry. I'm gonna start whipping it up in the kitchen with my wife, give her a kiss and a hug, and get to work underwriting some properties. But if you like this video, I know I went on a little bit of a rant, connection's a little bit off. If you like this video, please give me a like, please subscribe, please share it. Remember, unconditionally be yourself. Don't worry about what anybody else has to say. There's nobody else on this planet except for you, and nobody can be you except for you. So even if I know there's nothing new under the sun, but if you think about it, there's only you that's ever going to be you. If you ever think about like something where you have a thought and you're like, oh man, that's a really good thought. Nobody's ever thought of that. I'm sure somebody has, but that somebody is somebody else. It's not you. So take action on that thought. And I appreciate anybody that's tuned in and came in and listened to this message. I truly appreciate y'all. Wherever you're from, I know this is like all over the country. I'm seeing y'all. So, anyways, I'll holla at you. Thank you so much. Peace. Much love. Bye.